Hi, this is Pastor Kelvin coming to you once again from the King's Worship Center in the big city of Simpsonville, South Carolina. You already know. Listen, thank you for joining me on this morning. I want to take some time and just talk to you from the thought, you're better because of it. You're better because of it. Psalm 119:71 simply says this: it was good that I suffered, that I might learn your decrees. It was good that I was afflicted, that I might learn your ways. Those are two separate versions, but simply saying the exact same thing. Can you picture someone actually saying, God, it was a good thing that you allowed me to suffer? And I want to talk to that person this morning right there, because maybe you're in the middle of something right now and you don't understand the whys behind it. God, why am I going through? But the psalm writer says, it was good that I suffered, that I might learn. There must be something in the middle of your going through that God has intended for you to learn. There are certain things that we bring on ourselves. There are other things that are trials of life, and there are other things that are part of our walk with God that we must deal with. And family, I want you to know, just because you're going through, it doesn't mean you've always done something wrong. Occasionally it can, but it does not always mean that. I know for me, sometimes when I reflect on some of the suffering that I've gone through, one of the first things I ask myself is, what did I do now? Forgetting that the psalm writer said, it was good that I was afflicted. Sometimes there are things through the afflictions, through your suffering, through your trials, through your tribulations and your tragedies that you must experience that will prepare you for the blessing that's coming. And I know that seems kind of counterintuitive to wisdom. You mean I've got to suffer in order to gain? Oftentimes that's the case. The psalm writer said here, I would not have learned what I needed to learn had I not been afflicted. Can we take the emotion out of things just for a moment, out of the suffering just for a moment? What is it in the middle of what you're dealing with that once it is over, you know you'll never do again, or that you'll never participate in again, or that you'll never listen to again, or that you'll never partake in again, or who you allowed into your circle that you will never allow again? And sometimes affliction is necessary in order for us to realize what we didn't understand previously until pain became part of the situation. Excuse me there. Sometimes pain must be a part of the situation in order to help us be influenced not to go that way again. I know that may be hard to understand, beloved, but it's not going to always be what you're dealing with. I need you to take a moment and say, it was good that I was afflicted. And catch it now, you are better because of it. There are three things I want to give you this morning that I want you to hear. Now, I don't often talk about haters because I think sometimes we give that phrase too much of our attention. But for the sake of this morning, I want to discuss that. Do you know this? And I want you to hear it clearly, that the righteous who suffer are far better than the sinners who rejoice. Can I say that again? The righteous who suffer are far better off than the sinners who rejoice. I'm certain there may be somebody laughing, talking, making crude remarks about you and what you're dealing with right now. You walk with God and they're criticizing what you're dealing with. They don't see how you're going to make it. They've got all the antics, all the jokes, everything, and you're doing what you're doing for righteousness' sake, and it hurts. But I want you to understand this: the righteous who suffer are far better than the sinners who are rejoicing. Because guess what? At the appointed time, God is going to raise you up, not because of you, but because of his promise to you. And because he's not a God that can lie, the sinners that are rejoicing at your demise right now are going to stop laughing and have to be surprised at what God has done through you. So let them laugh, let them hate, because God has the final say. The next thing I want to tell you is that pain prepares. Come on now. Pain is an ingredient that prepares you for your promise, because there are going to be things within your promise that had you not been afflicted, had you not suffered, had you not endured it, you would not have the wherewithal to maintain the weight of the promise that God is sending your way. So the affliction had to come. The problem had to come. These scenarios had to come in order to prepare you for promise. And I need you to endure suffering like a good soldier, realizing the pain is here to prepare you, not to destroy you. God has given you a supernatural threshold to endure what it is that you're dealing with. It is the emotions that are bothering you, the pain and the affliction. You can get through it. And the last thing I want to tell you is that pain propels. Pain propels. Pain can be used to push you when you would just stand still. You're standing in a place that hurts. You're remaining in a place that hurts. And God is saying, okay, they won't move. Let me allow them to suffer just a little bit. And the pain of staying is far worse than the faith in moving. Ha! Glory to his name. And so you've got to allow God's perfect work to work through you, realizing that pain prepares and pain also propels. So move something and let God have his perfect work in you. I need you, before I end this life, to tell yourself, I'm better because of it. Once again, this is Pastor Kelvin coming to you from the King's Worship Center in Simpsonville, South Carolina. Listen, if you know this would bless somebody on this morning, do me the honor and share this on your timeline and let them be blessed by the word of God. And while you're at it, if you happen to know anything about YouTube, go over to our YouTube page, Pastor Kelvin Steele, like and subscribe. If you're on Instagram, go ahead and follow us on Instagram as well. And we look forward to seeing you again real soon.